yeah, stamina is a really, really big factor, not just physically, you know, keeping yourself awake, but mentally being on point every single moment of the match. Really, really tough to do, especially when you have the adrenaline going in those tense situations. You only have so much to go throughout the day, so you really do have to be kind to yourself, staying hydrated. Make sure to keep that posture in check as well. For you, chat, posture check.
Grab a Red Bull.
Grab a Red Bull, stay awake, stay vitalized. But yeah, that's definitely what we're going to be looking for here as we're taking a look through the map. I think all of the games we've seen so far today, and you know, definitely correct me if I'm wrong, we've seen a lot of heavy bias towards the CT side. I think a lot of teams, when they are starting out on the attacking side, they understand that they are probably going to be going into the second half at a deficit.
Yeah, and it's typically been that way. On the closer matchups, though, because unfortunately we've seen a lot of blowouts here on stream.
A lot of zeros.
So,
a lot of zeros.
But on the ones that have, you know, had the closer runs, like the match where they had the 6-0 run, it was when they swapped to defense that they had that 6-0 run.
Revealing area.
So, I mean, unfortunately, you know, being in this type of format that, you know, that CSGO kind of CT side is usually favored.
Yeah.
So I am excited to see what Riot has to offer with this new map that's going to drop on June 2nd once they release the game, and see, you know, if they can make it as balanced as Bind is.
All right, first kill's coming over on the side of Reasonable Doubt. In Sky getting a double quick. Spades getting the return kill on him. All aim, no brain, pushing on to the Z site.
Oh, Lex picking up a double, but Heads is going to take out Tig. And now this is a 2v1. Reasonable Doubt down to just their Sova. Unfortunately, he's got very little health.
Wow. How fast was that?
Quick trigger, but Spike is over at C. So if Sim plays this correctly, you know, being on defense, all you have to do is survive the next 42 seconds.
Yeah, this is a really interesting rotation. I'm not really sure. Neither player has really, I think, any idea of where the spike is what I'm seeing from this.
Oh, so they didn't. Well, the attackers always know where the spike is, so it's really Sim who probably didn't spot it out over at C, but you know, you don't want to sit in the same spot.
Of course, yeah, especially if he's got intel on where the spike is. That's where you're going to expect your attacker to be, is sitting right on that. So now he is going to get the plant with 10 seconds remaining.
Wow. So that extra cred means a lot. But he did only have like 24 health, though. So.
That is true. So Sim going to clean it up here.
Was able to get the spike, which, I mean, that's an extra $300.
Yeah, and so we'll probably see them going into a save here and then getting a really robust buy on that third round. What's really interesting, though, I think this is the first match I've seen today where the team comps are completely identical, and especially we're seeing two Jets.
Yeah,
I think that's
Jets.
really surprising. Usually, I think we've seen you know, the trade-off of a Viper going on the other side. I don't think we've seen a Breach run with the Brimstone. Which would be an interesting comp, but yeah, completely identical team comps, especially so much information gathering on both sides with running the Sova and the Cypher. They're getting as much intel on each other as possible.
Yeah, you have to on a 3-sided map.
That's
because
so
you're
true.
so spread out.
That's a great point, actually.
Here.
I feel like the 3-sided map has definitely been a really tricky thing for us CSGO old heads to deal with, as Tig gets the opening kill on Heads.
Look how low you have Reasonable Doubt. Jet is just so low, and that heal was just used actually on the other member. Trainer will go down. Insky picking up 3K here.
With the Bulldog, yeah. Not often that we see the Bulldog get pulled out, but really, really clever usage there, knowing that it's going to be really strong against the team that's not bot or only maybe has a half buy. That is going to give you a significant power advantage.
Yeah, that was only round 2. We typically see the hold off on the buys until round 3, but busting out the Bulldog, especially after that last patch, and you know, tweaking it a little bit, it's a lot more powerful of a buy, especially second round.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting because I think even when we've seen teams win the first round, we've seen teams still opt to really only buy a ghost and some armor that second round,
Or
just so they can, or a shotgun, so they can really respond to that full buy. Ooh, Tig not fast enough against Apathy.
That's unfortunate. That was a good gun. Spent a lot of money on that gun.
Up on the roof as well, so unless you got a ladder. Oh, Apathy racking up 3 kills on this round, just kind of running through the middle of the map. His team's going to follow through onto B site, and they've got complete control.
It's just down to Sim. Spike is planted.
Wow, nice peek there, and the double to follow up. Now we got a little musical chairs. Who's going to go where? Sim with the 3K.
Wow. Unfortunately, looking the
my
wrong
goodness.
way. But Sim, good on him, not letting, all the players walk away with that econ. Able to shave that down. But it is 2-1. All aim, no brain, up 2. Reasonable doubt. But I mean, it's still so early. But these first 3 rounds, beautifully played. We've seen some great action back and forth here.
Yeah, reasonable doubt also, like you said, able to keep the economy so close now. It looks like all aim, no brain, forced on kind of a half buy with Tig and Silent X. Actually only sticking with the pistols and light armor actually on a Silent X. So we'll see how that works out for him. It's definitely a half buy, definitely not as strong as reasonable doubt's buy here.
Nowhere to run!
Silvald already coming out here.
Yeah, did he spot anyone, or is he just letting that fly?
Sometimes you just gotta let her rip.
Ooh, Apathy again opening up the mid. That's the second round in a row, but Tig's going to take him down this time. Head's going to trade out the kill onto Tig.
Lots of back and forth action here.
Yeah, you're going to see these teams doing a really nice job of backing each other up so that even when one player goes down, you're going to follow that up and push that with, and try to get that revenge kill. So we've been seeing a lot of that already 3 rounds in.
Yeah, lots of trading. And no one watching A, though. Not even a Cypher camera.
So, yeah, reasonable doubt just going to take A site for free.
All right, you see the full rotation. The wall does come up, so they're going to have to bust that down to get in there. Spike should be dropping here in a second.
Yeah, I think all aim, no brain are going to play this a little patiently here, wait for them to get at full strength. They are grouped together now, so they can start to work into this site. No one opting to go for Heaven, still sticking together here. And they're not going to go for it, it looks like. They're going to back off and save their guns. I actually think this is a really smart play when you have the round lead. And the economy has been so back and forth as we saw. I mean, yeah, we've seen rags to riches practically.
Yeah, and A is so hard to retake because you only have those 2 entry points. It's not so easy to come in from all 3 when you were positioned in the backside. Spike is planted. You only have 30 seconds, so you don't have that option to really afford wasting the time to do the full rotate around for that 3rd entry.
Yeah, that's really heads-up play there from all aim, no brain, despite conceding the round there. Yeah, A really difficult, especially the trickiest part, I think, is that Heaven is pretty much not an option for you unless you're willing to take, what is it, 15 damage, I think, falling out?
I think it's 20.
20 damage? Yeah, and that's why we saw no one willing to take on that, so I definitely understand that. So now both teams up to a good, solid full buy. We'll see how they want to use the utility here. But right now, very much the tale of InSky versus Apathy here. Both kind of putting the team on their back, but very even performances from the teams looking at the scoreboard here.
And we are tied. They're going to leave the Spike over by the B window. 2 owl drones meeting each other. Hello. And this is a very slow play from Reasonable Doubt, just kind of peeking their heads. No one's running in. All aim, no brain, holding corners, not popping out from the defensive positions. Understanding this is top 8. It's best of 1. Every round counts.
Yeah, I think this is the most patient we've seen from Reasonable Doubt so far. Usually, I think by now they would have already made a play towards mid. We've seen Apathy really aggressive towards mid and B doors there. But so far now, just not showing their cards at all to all aim, no brain. Staying very concealed, looking maybe just to find a cheeky pick and then rotate around to it.
Yeah, and it looks like A is going to be the play here. They are down to the last 40 seconds. Smokes are down.
Wow, Okay, Key with the double kill on A site.
Blocking sight. Nice peek with the smoke, but unfortunately Insky will take out Heads, Trainer will take out Insky.
Tig so aggressive there, getting the kill, and immediately just dashes straight through the smoke,
yeah.
says, I want more. But unfortunately, that wind-up animation of coming back from the jump, that ended up being his downfall. He just basically didn't even have his gun in his hands when he died.
Yeah, but Reasonable Doubt, you know, patience played off. You know, paid off. They will go up 3-2.
Yeah, that was really, really smart play from them. Just like we said, they didn't give any of their cards over to All Aim No Brain. All Aim No Brain really didn't know where it was coming from until they were already on A site, and that's the perfect stuff. This is something we were really seeing that was really good from Troy Oi in the previous match, is that really, really wise, patient play, not forcing, you know, we see a lot of teams on the attacking side want to fall into that trap of let's group together as a herd and just push, and however that works, you know, we'll go for it. So really nice to see them, you know, spreading out across the map. Spades getting a cheeky kill onto Lex. Sim gonna take out Spades for it though.
Reply destroyed. I
Keiki
know exactly
again with the
where
opening
you
kill
are.
onto A site.
But that knives out from both sides. So, you know, both sides brought knives to a knife fight, but we are in a 2v4 situation, All Aim, No Brain. And this is that A site to where you only have your 2 entrances. You know, you have very limited ways to get in here, and, you know, Insky out of resources now.
Yeah, it's really smart execute from Reasonable Doubt, just burning through All Aim No Brain's utility and then saying, all right, now you have to retake A, and you don't have half your utility to do it, and you got to go through the 2 narrowest spots in the map to do so. So Keiki cleaning up Silent X, really, really smart play from Reasonable Doubt so far, and they're taking it to what we said was one of the strongest teams we've seen in the VSS so far is All Aim No Brain. Really, really impressive to see on the attacking side nonetheless.
Yeah, and Empathy, I mean, that was smart. They rotated out to B, and they were able to capitalize on killing the rest of the team of All Aim No Brain, really putting a dent in that economy, not letting anybody survive.
Yeah, that's a really crucial thing to the kind of balance of you don't want to, you know, after you've got the bomb plant, you don't want to go rush out and try to get as many kills as you can. Empathy with a double kill on long towards C. Oh my goodness. Sim and Silent X going to follow up with headshots of their own, and Silent X going to go down for it, but oh my goodness, what an exchange.
You will not kill my Unfortunately, peeked his head out just a little too far to put that wall up.
Lex with a valiant effort there to kind of slow down the push, but Reasonable Doubt going to take control of this C site here.
Yeah, and this was a save, kind of a save round for All Aim No Brain. So kudos to them for taking out a couple members, and the res did come through on, I believe, Reasonable Doubt's side.
Correct.
So, I mean, hey, you got the res ult, and you took out a couple members. So, I mean, it's not so bad for a save.
With a half buy, you can definitely be happy with that. But, I mean, it is tricky for All Aim No Brain, the situation they're going to be in now, down 3 rounds on the defending side. It's really, really, I think, tough mentally so far with what we know about the meta of Valorant. It is tough mentally to go into that second half on the back foot of being on attack, because then you've got to, you know, you can't really play patiently. You've got to really, you know, take it to them and climb those rounds back. So not ideal. We'll see if they are going to be able to close up this gap here before the half ends.
All right, Reasonable Doubt. Got to be feeling pretty good about themselves. Let's see what we get here as far as purchases go. All Aim No Brain should be able to do a full buyout here. But again, I mean, they're in a spot. They're in a position where you have to win this round.
Yeah, and we're seeing double op coming out from the side of All Aim No Brain, looking to split those up, have both sides of the map covered by that really, really strong rifle. So I think this is a very make or break round for All Aim No Brain. If you lose 2 ops, wave goodbye to your economy.
No, absolutely. Reasonable Doubt had 2 players over 7,000.
Ooh, Empathy gonna win the op duel over Tig there on A site, and we'll see how Reasonable Doubt can capitalize off that.
Yeah, that feels bad. That was one of those ops that we were just talking about. You cannot afford to lose those.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of Caster's curse in play, but I find this really interesting from Reasonable Doubt is actually they get the pick and then completely walk away from it. And Lex gonna trade out the kill on Epathy. Epathy we know to be one of the big entry fraggers for Reasonable Doubt, so that's big firepower down for them. But they got the kill A and then walked away.
Kind of backed off of that.
That's an interesting strategy. I'm not going to criticize it. I'm just going to say that wouldn't have been my call.
All right, Orbital Strike is used over in there. Silence taking out Spades, Head's taking out Silence, Insky taking out Kate. Lex taking out Trainer, and this is a 1v3 situation here.
Nothing Heads could do there. He was surrounded on all good sides.
Yeah,
all aim, no brain. Taking one back.
Even though they lost that op, they won the round with 3 members still remaining, so that was really great for their economy. And now Reasonable Doubt. Got one person down to $100, 1,500, 1,800. So not the best, but they're not hurting because 2 members had over 7,000 going into that one.
I'll find
Yeah,
them.
Epathy has racked up enough blood money to be comfortably wealthy at least for the next round or so.
Yeah.
Really nice peek there from Reasonable Doubt. Taking over the A corridor, but that is a tricky Molotov. Sim doesn't care. Him and Lex gonna take down Keiki, Trainer, and Spade's gonna get taken out by Tig, but Tig gonna get traded out by Epathy.
Nowhere to run!
Now the Spike.
And he
Just
did have some
move.
information there.
Yeah, Spike
Revealing area.
rushing on
Get out
over
of
to
my
A
way.
site. They made so much noise on over at A. And
Oh,
this
look at the jet over on C. That was a really, really quick push. And looks like All Aim No Brain Sage is the only one who will be able to stop this. But oh my goodness.
Take it out before they can spike it. They said no. You will not get that extra 300. Heads will take out Silent.
Really smart flank from Heads here. But oh my goodness, what a play from Silent X. Oh.
Yeah, that spike was on the downward towards the ground. It just, a split second later would have had that extra 300. But All Aim No Brain now, picking it up, making it 4-5. And now, economy not looking so bad. They bought out 2 ops again.
Yeah.
But if you look over at Reasonable Doubt, you're down to at most $1,100.
This
on
is the
something.
make or break round now for Reasonable Doubt
Yeah.
in this situation, because if they lose this round, it's back to saving, and you basically, if you lose this round, you concede 3 rounds practically. I think a really important thing that came of that last round was Tig getting a kill on the op long. I think he'd been fishing for a while, so to get that kill, I think is going to be a big confidence boost for him, and he's going to be a lot more comfortable holding that op. And the Owls meeting each other once again. Both teams with similar ideas of where Owls should fly.
Yes. The Owls, they migrate, this time of year.
Yeah. Tig gonna open up the action, or excuse me, Head's gonna open up the action on Tig, so that op going down on that side, and it looks like a full B push for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, but you got Inscape blowing that ultimate, knowing that they're in there on B. Spike has been planted. Throwing tons of util in there.
Dim beacon down.
Unfortunately, the dust is impervious to bullets.
Yes.
Nice peek from Epathy there. Insky almost brings the spray around to dig himself out of there, but in the end, it's going to be Reasonable Doubt taking the win.
Yeah, and we're just having these back and forth where it's like, all right, this is it. This is our last stand, or our economy's going to be crap, and then they pull it out.
They did.
So, I mean, kudos to both sides. Reasonable Doubt just pulling that out, though. I mean, that was such a fast rush onto B, throwing up that wall and spiking, planting the spike and really holding it down there. I mean, it was All Aim No Brains, Sova just trying what he can with the ultimate. Unfortunately, unable to clip the stage.
Oh, Epathy with a really nice peek C long.
That was beautifully played, and then just that util to get out of harm's way. He was looking down
Steps
at
back.
2 people.
One thing we saw 2 rounds ago from Reasonable Doubt is when they got that pick A long and then didn't push it. The difference of that between last round is they got that pick mid and then pushed it and had that full execute on B. And it looks like we're going to see the same thing going over to C side now that they've opened up getting the kill onto Tiggs. Bomb's going to go down on C side, and All Aim No Brain trying to wrap back around.
Yeah, that was beautifully played from the side of Reasonable Doubt. Still have all 5 members and just 2 on the side of All Aim No Brain. And it looks like they're going to back off, save these weapons.
Yeah, this is a very, very inopportune 2v5 for All Aim No Brain. Definitely just going to run away with the tails between the legs on this one. Yeah, really smart play from Reasonable Doubt. It's like we saw that 2 rounds ago, they got that pick long A, and then they didn't push it, and then they ended up kind of crumbling that round as they were spread out. So now, the last 2 rounds, they've gotten those opening up kills and then pushed forward on, gotten that full execute with all of their utility. That's been really, really effective the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, and Reasonable Doubt's going to go up 7-4 this round. So up 3 points, you know, not insane, not, you know, it's nothing that All Aim No Brain's going to look at and be like, oh man, you know, it's still the first half. They still have a couple rounds left.
Yeah.
Well, they got 1 more round left, and if you end the first half 7-5, that's not bad.
That's fine. I guarantee you All Aim No Brain has not reached the point of panicking yet.
No.
I guarantee they still feel very comfortable in this match. You know, they're not really feeling the pressure too much. I mean, if you look, especially at the scoreboard, Epathy and Heads are really pulling the weight, but I think it's a little more of an even crowd on All Aim No Brain, so no one particular player should feel, you know, oh, I'm dragging behind or anything like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Epathy trying to get an opening kill over on long A, unsuccessful. Gonna have to wait out this smoke here as K-Key tries to push up a short, and he is cleared to do so, but he's gonna meet some resistance here if he peeks around that corner.
Absolutely. And there are 3 ultimates available on the side of All Aim No Brain.
Dang, he saw the head, couldn't snap around to it. Lex is just a little bit faster on that one, and is going to get the 2nd kill, looking for a 3rd. Not going to be able to get anything else from that, but really clean defense there from Lex.
Yeah, great start for the side of All Aim No Brain. This is what they need. That little confidence boost here. An orbital strike is available. Here's the res go off, and that's exactly what I would have done.
Well, I know there's gonna be some people in that spot, so I'm gonna light them on fire. Says Lex, takes out K-Key for the 2nd time. Heads and Spades though, getting kills of their own. So now this looking much more doable for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, and look at that rotation from the Sova.
Yes, really good rotation here from Reasonable Doubt. Oh, Insky with the Guardian. Really solid defense. Spiked. Oh my goodness.
That was so clean.
So I'm going to be trying to get some lessons from Insky because I really need to know how that happened.
That was beautiful. And as soon as he got the intel, he just popped off another shot.
That was a predictive peak. He knew where the heads were going to be, but Lex with the 4K to finish out the round. Him and Sova staying alive there. So
yeah,
still
7-5.
Yeah, 7-5.
And we go over into the 2nd half, and if you're just joining us here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown, there is a little glitch, but the team name as well as the score are correct. It's the characters that are swapped. It's a little bug that Riot's got to fix out, so bear with us.
But lucky us, teams have identical team comps this time, so it almost doesn't matter. You will notice some tricky things happen when people start to go down and take damage.
They all turn to Phoenix anyway, so, you know.
But yeah, so just a little bit of beta magic there. So now I think All Aim No Brain has to be really locked in for this half. They cannot give anything, and this is going to be a really strong push from Reasonable Doubt. Trading out 1 kill, the wall coming up for All Aim No Brain. Holds off the push for now, and they're going to have to rotate out of there. But that was almost a cascading waterfall of bullets onto All Aim No Brain.
So good with, you know, as soon as they get the kill, getting out of harm's way.
Yeah, he's very in and out. He's kind of a dash dancing type player where he's going to get right in your face and then get out. And you're like, wait, where did he go?
Yeah, and you'd love to see that on Jet.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to see these slow rolling Jets. You have the kit to make these moves. So use them.
Yeah, I mean, myself included, everyone's been saying, you know, Jet is the worst character, Jet is the worst character. But these 2 Jets, as K-Key tries to make a stand there against Reasonable Doubt, these 2 Jets have been playing really, really well, using the mobility post and before kills to move around. And some of the rotations we've seen from the Jets, using their abilities to quickly switch their position. It's almost inhuman. Spades there, getting the first kill of 3 that he is going to need, but he does get the ghost. Ooh, really tricky there. Almost got it onto InSky, but InSky going to get the headshot wallbang to close it out for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah. Well,
Or excuse me, for all I'm
yeah.
Excuse me.
Don't
All
look
right,
at the
yeah,
characters.
exactly.
Yeah, all aim, no brain, bringing it up 7-6 now.
Yep.
Pistol rounds in the second half mean a lot more than they do in that first round.
So true. Yeah, because who cares if you go down 1-0, but evening up, getting from the difference between 7-6 and 8-5 is massive. It might as well be a mile.
Absolutely, and especially we're this deep. It's top 8. It's a best of 1.
Lex going with the Bulldog again. He's been picking that up a lot this match.
And look at this strategy from Reasonable Doubt. All 5 members making their way out to window.
I love this. Genius. Yeah, you didn't think you were going to see 4 people there, did you?
And Insky's going to take out 2.
And Spade says, all right, that was fun, but I got a career to think about.
Yeah.
Spade's being even more sneaky, flanking around these walls, and he's picked him up as Spectre as well.
Yeah,
so
but look at that wall placement.
Yeah.
They said, all right, we're going to go plant for free on A. You take your time breaking that down.
that is almost a conversational wall of, oh, you're going to say this? Well, I'm going to respond with a wall in your face, and, I bet you feel clever now. Oh, Lex again opening up. Sim, opening up, but Lex getting the first kill. Sim taking down Spades. Solid again from the side of All Aim, No Brain, tying it up 7-7. And this is exactly what we said. All Aim, No Brain. They're not going to panic.
Yeah, they're not panicking. And with a name like All Aim, No Brain, you're probably better on attack, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you need brains for defense, but attack,
True.
I mean, if you just win the 1v1s.
And if you got no brain, you're not worrying about where you're at in bracket. You're not worried about the $1,000 prize pool. You're not interested in, winning MVP of the match. You're just aiming.
You're just aiming, man. And that helps you play a lot better. No nerves, no nerves.
Yeah, so we'll see how they choose to handle this round. They've left the spike towards spawn and very spread out with their Jet very far pushed up on the side of All Aim, No Brain. Tig, though, definitely getting a confidence under him on the op. Really, really smart opening kill, and this just opens up the floodgates for All Aim, No Brain. But Reasonable Doubt are coming in on both sides.
Oh, unable to get that head space to take out Tiggs. Then takes out Spades. But heads, taking off heads here for the side of All Aim, for the side of Reasonable Doubt. But it's down to 2v2. The spike is over at B. It's not planted yet. Silent gonna take out heads now. 1v1 situation.
Oh my goodness, 12 HP. One more bullet would have done it. Oh my goodness.
Reasonable Doubt going up 8-7 now. That came down to it. That almost was a double KO there.
Yeah, seriously, I would not have been surprised if both players dropped at the same time. They literally seem to be spraying in the same place at the same time. Just one more bullet on the side of Reasonable Doubt, taking the lead back from All Aim, No Brain.
Yeah. And this is great play. This is exactly what I wanted to see, especially in top 8. You got 2 teams that, went 3-0'd their groups, and, they fought their way here. Best of 1 so far.
Yeah, I'm sure chat saw some obliterations happen in the group stages and thought,
yeah.
oh man, is this all we've got? But no, as soon as we are in bracket, as soon as there's an elimination on the line every single game, these teams are bringing it. And again, like this team, All Aim, No Brain, they're no stranger to the stage. They've got practice in this situation. They've been in a VSS quarterfinals at whatever time on Sunday evening we're at. This is comfort zone for them. And despite being down around, they are still playing their game.
All right, looks like we got a full push in over at A. The orbital strike comes out to clear out that cubby.
Cage triggered.
Is able to get some intel here. Spike should be going down here in a second.
Smart smoke on the side of All Aim, No Brain, completely cutting off Heaven, but now it's going down. Oh, what an angle from K-Key, but he's going to be taken out by his fellow Cypher, Sim.
So 4v4, Spike is down. So now Reasonable Doubt is against the clock. And like I talked about, A is really hard to take back over.
Yeah, if you lose A as defender, how do you take it back? And this, we're gonna see 2 push out of that narrow. Empathy getting good opening kill. Trainer gonna follow it up, and Trainer with the double kill, pushing onto site. One more on the side of Reasonable Doubt, and he's just gonna get out of there. There is no. Oh, Head says no, you don't. You're staying here.
He came back for it, but the updraft from Jet gave that position, but also, I mean, gave her herself away. You know, you don't have your gun out right away. You're literally floating in the air, and unfortunately,
with
that
a big "shoot me" sign.
Yeah, so that was very unfortunate for Tig. You know, he just kind of put himself in a corner just up in the air. And, yeah, so Reasonable Doubt going up by 2 points again.
And you know what the thing is Reasonable Doubt just did something that we didn't see All Aim No Brain, I think, do in the entirety of the first half, which is retake A as defenders. I don't think we saw All Aim No Brain
and they just
kind
of ran in there.
Yeah, they just, well, they went for heaven. No one goes for heaven. So really interesting play there. Kills getting traded out. Empathy getting taken out. Silent X. Head's taking out Sim. And this one's going faster than I can say.
Yeah, but this is a 3v1 now, though, and defenders will take that.
I don't care about your wall. I'm going to jump around that.
Yeah, so Reasonable Doubt going up 3 points now. So this is starting to get us to be a scary deficit for All Aim No Brain to overcome.
What happened? What? I thought just 2 minutes ago, looking at my watch, we were tied up and All Aim No Brain was bringing it back, and now what's happened?
I know these last couple matches have gone by really fast.
Yeah, I mean, we commented in the first half on, you know, we were seeing patient play, you know, methodical executes, and we're still seeing that to some degree, but now we're starting to see, I feel like when one pick comes through, the floodgates open, and the Jenga tower starts to fall. So yeah, these rounds accelerate so quickly. So All Aim No Brain having to kind of climb back here. I didn't see what kind of buy. I have to imagine they're on. Okay, so they're on pretty full buy here.
Yeah, there are 3 ults available on the side of All Aim No Brain.
It's just tough because as an attacker, you know when you want to use your ults. As a defender, you really have to pick your moment and be a lot more discerning.
Cage triggered.
Cypher v Cypher action. He doesn't know that he is right to the right of him. Keiki with
Trigger discipline. Oh, that was art right there. What you just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, that was art.
Yes. I mean, when you don't check your corners, that's what happens.
Well, he thought surely no one wants to stand right next to this trap that I've laid. Keiki. Oh my goodness.
After you take out Silence, and then that's going to be a flawless for a Reasonable Doubt. It is now 11-7. All Aim No Brain definitely have to be sweating now.
All Aim No Brain was on full buy. They were on full buy.
Yeah.
That's not good. All Aim No Brain was on full buy. So let's see what they put together here. Already seeing a Phantom, 2 Vandals coming across. Got full armor, 2 light armors as well. But then Lex and Insky are kind of looking at the buy menu like, oh, none of this really fits my budget.
Yikes.
Oh, Insky picking up the Sheriff and heavy armor. Truly the desperation play, I think, of the defenders. So this is, as we would say, a very make or break round for All Aim No Brain. If they lose this, they've spent all their money on it.
Absolutely, and that's why I was wondering, if you're All Aim No Brain, do you just go in with pistols and do a full buy? I mean, granted, you'd be on match point if you lost it, but
I think the play here is just to avoid match point like the plague, and I can't blame them for that because match point is even more stressful than being 4 down. Being 4 down on match point is much worse.
Yeah. So this is All Aim No Brain. Looks like the play is going to be C. After taking some damage there. Oh, getting taken out by Tig.
The assassination. And the double kill with the knives. Oh, goes for the triple as well. Trainer going to take him out, but not before Tig absolutely goes Edward Scissorhands, dicing and slicing everyone up.
Yeah, but All Aim No Brain running and winning that round that they so desperately needed, making it 11-8. And 4 members surviving, so that definitely saved a lot of their economy.
And again, each round becomes more and more do or die as we get closer. Because so we've avoided match point. That's great on the side of All Aim No Brain. We're really happy about that. But now, again, we're in the position where if All Aim No Brain loses that off, you know, 2 Vandals, 2 Phantoms on their side, that's a lot of money invested into these rounds. So they really need to take another round here to, I think, really get their footing and get back to get over double-digit rounds.
Yeah, and if Reasonable Doubt, though, if they lose this, their economy's not looking too great either.
It's a great point.
All right, so leaving the spike back, not giving any intel, slow rolling on into Garage.
Empathy opening up the action as he so often does.
And that operator just watching that B window.
Yeah, I do feel like All Aim No Brain has made some smart adjustments of how they play the B site. I think the B site was kind of left open at the beginning of this round, or the beginning of this half. But
and Silent X actually gets the res off, so All Aim No Brain will have 5-4 on the player side. So Vault utilized, and it looks like the play is onto C, and they will get onto
Empathy
C,
with
no
the
problem.
ult coming out.
Spade's going to take out Lex, and they will have a res of their own, so now it's swapped. Now the side of Reasonable Doubt have all 5 players, while All Aim No Brain are down to 4. But the spike is planted. Here.
Empathy trying to find his way in through Garage. Meanwhile, K-Key just pushing onto site, takes 1 kill, looking for the second. Insky takes down Empathy off screen, but looks like Reasonable Doubt still have the advantage on the site, and they are going to take All Aim No Brain down. And now we are on to match point for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, so All Aim No Brain definitely got sweaty palms. They're slightly broke, won't be able to do anything crazy here as far as their buys go. They will be able to have a full buy, so that's really good. You know, almost a full buy for
full, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, some half shields though. But All Aim No Brain, this is it. You got to win out from here on out, and that pressure can really get to you.
Reasonable Doubt looking to take down one of the most storied teams of the VSS, All Aim No Brain. As we said before this match, All Aim No Brain has been in every top 32 bracket that they've entered, making runs to finals and semifinals. They are on that VSS leaderboard, so it'll be interesting to see if Reasonable Doubt, I mean, this is really an upset as far as the VSS is concerned, for sure.
Yeah. And Chad, if you're just now joining us, there is a glitch. So Luco Frost, as you pointed out, so the name of the team and the score is correct. It's the characters that are swapped.
Luckily, both teams having the same team comp, so it almost doesn't matter. But yeah, when people start to take damage and die, things get a little tricky. But Sim opening up with a sick double kill, gonna get taken out by Heads, but Silent X is gonna get revenge, and then Spades with a double kill of his own for Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, so this is now a 2v2 situation, 1v2. All Aim No Brain down to their last hope. He's making his way on over to A site, but he doesn't realize that there are 2 people. Somebody's coming up behind him.
Oh no!
Oh, the crossfire
K-Key
get the last kill.
K-Key really playing well that match. I mean, I think he was just everywhere on the map.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
Reasonable Doubt gonna move on to top 4. I
mean, like we said, they played so well in the group stage. They had an insanely high round differential, but I mean, All Aim No Brain. I can't heap enough compliments onto this team. You know, everything I've seen from them is, you know, extremely well polished. But yeah, Reasonable Doubt's taking it over them. So
yeah, they're brand new. So
yeah.
I mean, you know, coming in here, you know, without any sweaty palms, obviously.
Yeah, they're chilling. I saw no nerves. I didn't see any nervous pushes through. Like, oh, we gotta make something happen.
Yeah, there were no freak out plays by them, and They came through, they showed up, and, you know, they 3-0'd their groups, so they have not lost a single match yet.
Empathy coming through as your VSS match MVP with a 19, 16, and 5 performance. Very much, I think Empathy was the entry fragger for Reasonable Doubts. He was always opening up the action across the map. And what we saw, too, which was really crazy in the first half, he would make noise at A or, you know, B mid, and then immediately use his jet dashes to just immediately switch to C. And he was on site before All Aim No Brain had even reacted to what he did. A and
Oh,
B,
yeah.
All Aim No Brain were moving towards A and B, like, all right, we saw this Jet there, we better go around. Meanwhile, Jet had run a lap around the
Yeah.
whole map and was placing the bomb there. So excellent stuff from Epithy there. Like I said, amazing entry fragging ability, and I'm really, really excited to see what they bring to the semifinals.
Absolutely. And we got more Valorant action coming your way. We are going to take a small break here. Chat, if you're in there, exclamation point Red Bull. Enter to win your free 4-pack of Red Bull right now with exclamation Red Bull. If you'd like to see the bracket as it's updating,
Exclamation point bracket, and you can see our excellent Battle5 page organized by our excellent staff. Therefore, you can follow along with the action alongside us.
all right, and we will see you soon.